again. Good morning, everybody. How are you today, PCQIs? In this blog, I'm going to talk about really quick about getting a notice of inspection from FDA. So this happens quite a bit now. Being the FDA investigators are very active. A lot of these things, so some of my notes that I get a call on is FDA was here or they're currently here. What do I need to do first, right? So when an FDA dispatches a team or a person, they are referred as investigators in our industry. They're basically, it's either there was a customer complaint, or you are part of their scheduled inspection in that particular area or the city where they are assigned. Normally, once the scenario normally happens is they'll show up. They'll either present a form 482. It's a notice of inspection request for records. That's one. They either sometimes they call, but a lot of the time it's unannounced. I'd say 90% plus it's an announced. What we've seen, it's very seldom we see them set up an appointment. They're just not unless it's an FSVP audit and all of that. They'll let you know. So what do you need to do when that happens? So just looking up my recent notes that happened. They presented their credentials. They did not have a Form 482 as a notice. Our client was very respectful, and that's what the things that we coach is basically ask for the credentials, and then ask them to sign in on your visitor log, which is also part of their evaluation on food defense, that you have certain protocol in controlling the traffic. Some investigators like I've worked with and have spoken with, that process also is to evaluate, are they going to be escorted, or are they just going to get a tag or a clip-on identification tag to be issued, and they can basically look around, right? So those are the type of things. My recommendation is always go through your visitor policy, have them sign the GMP statement. Obviously, that should be worded in such a way that when they are signing it, because they're paying attention to that. Are they being notified, what PPE to wear and things like that. So the other part of it as well is, do you have a video that needs to be seen or viewed by the visitor concerning your food safety program or your GMPs? So some of our clients, they do have that and some don't. So take a look at that, obviously. The other part of it is the question I was asked was, what if they don't show any credentials? What do I need to do? Do I turn them away? Do I need to talk to our legal department for that process? What do I need to do for that? So obviously have them sign in the visitor log, check for their credentials. That's part of your policy, assuming that's part of your SOPs. And if they are not presenting their credential, you can politely take their information, refer them to senior management, to set up an appointment. Maybe escort them to the conference room and have an initial meeting. Other than that, call legal, right? For me as the PCQI, as the compliance person, I just look at our policy. So they don't have credentials, they don't go to the next step. right? But don't be rude about it and things like that. I know everybody gets nervous, and certain things are going to be said, so you just gotta basically answer questions once you properly identified the investigator. All right. So other than that, so if they have their credentials, obviously go through the process, meet with them. What is the purpose of the visit? What area of the plant are they looking to take a look at? And obviously you're gonna assign escort. I prefer having two, so you have a scribe per se. Somebody can take notes and take pictures. And we'll talk about that if the investigator's taking in samples, asking particular questions on process. We'll talk about those, answering those questions with your policies or your SOPs on hand, and things like that. Okay. So anyways, we'll talk about that. The next on the other part is how to designate individuals and designate meeting space. All right. So see you then. Thank you, PCQIs.